YouTube? Welcome to California Beer Reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at Pacific Gem Pale Ale. This is coming at 40 IBUs and 5.5% alcohol. So, let's get pouring. Alright. Look at that color. Kind of has a color of a IPA, very amberish, orangish color going on here. Yeah, kind of more of a orange in the light. Kind of out of the light, it's a little bit more of an amber color, but still pretty orange, I would say, I guess. Let's get on with that smell. You just get kind of a hoppy smell, something you'd find in IPA, even though, well, in the pale ales you find it as well. It's just, it smells kind of strong, kind of like an IPA. Let's go for the taste. A little bit of floral hops. Yeah, has floral hops and kind of and it has a lot of malt to it too. The first thing you get is that hops, the bitterness of the hops. Once you swallow, you get that aftertaste of malt. Kind of has that malt liquor kind of aftertaste to it, or a little bit of a flavor to it. Yeah, I haven't really tasted malt necessarily like this in a craft beer, which is kind of unusual to me. It hits the tongue like a lot of other Green Flash beers out there, but the finish is kind of like King Cobra. But don't let me deter you in any way if you're not a malt liquor drinker. This is still excellent beer. It has a little more going on than on other, I would say, other pale ales. These other pale ales, they tend to have just a piney taste up front and just a very faint and subtle malt taste going on. This, the malt tends to be more present. I would say if I would have to kind of visually have a visual scale, this is where the hops is at and this is where the malt is at. So it's pretty decent. But the hops is definitely stronger, but the malt does come through. Has a little bit of citrusy, maybe a tiny bit of orange, tiny bit of apple flavor. Got that floral taste, not too much grassy hops going on here. Yeah, I would have to say more on the floral side. It is a single hop, as you can see there on the bottle, so it's kind of interesting. It's pretty well balanced, 5.5%. I could see having maybe like 2 of these, it'd be fine. It's not like some of the Green Flashes where they're about 8.1%, so it's not an upside for me. Very excellent though. It actually kind of breaks the norm a little more than other pale ales out there. So for that, I have to give it a B+. It is a really good beer. It is still a lot like other pale ales and IPAs out there, don't get me wrong again, but it is still has different characteristics than a lot of those out there. They have a lot in common. They got the bitterness, they got the kind of heavy, sticky kind of body to it like you'd find in any pale ale or IPA for that matter, but it does have a few characteristics that kind of mixes it up for me, especially that malt. I don't know exactly what type of malt they're using in here, but it is pretty good. I actually enjoy it. And for the summer rating, I would have to say, sadly, even though it's kind of low on the alcohol, I would have to give this probably a D+ for the summer rating. It just seems too heavy bodied to be drinking in the summertime, and also a little too rich. For summer, you'd want to be getting something light. I know I probably say it time and time again on these videos, but something like a light beer, like Coors Light or something, is good for the summertime. This beer is pretty excellent. I would actually enjoy sipping on this during the winter months, especially when it's all cold. Just sitting with the jacket on, sipping on a good pale ale or IPA. Sounds great. But that's about all I have for you today, YouTube. But you know, till next time, thanks for watching.